Hello and welcome to the Gothic Unicorn. Now this video is not one of my usual ones and it's a bit different, but mostly I'm doing it because I want to try out one of my Christmas presents. Now doing the miniatures, lighting is very important because I'm working with some really small pieces quite often and I've been struggling. When I started making the videos, it was summer, there was lots of natural light and it was brilliant. Since winter set in, I have been suffering with shadows from artificial light sources and quite gloomy conditions. So I've got one of those nice ring lights. It's supposed to be for doing vlogs and that sort of thing, you know, where you get your face on camera, but you get my hands instead. And sorry, but still doing too much cooking and making and things to actually worry about doing my nails. You wouldn't believe it, but I used to spend all my time painting my nails once upon a time. Anyway, today I'm doing this as a little bit of a bonus video and it's a bit of a haul. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I got for Christmas to use with my miniature making. Now, the first thing I got is still here in the bag. I've just put it on top of my existing mat. And it is a lovely new big cutting mat. Now, the mat that I've been using for probably the last 15 years. Mostly through paper craft, and there's lots of marks and dinks and things on it. And so this year I asked for a new one and I got it. And it's got all kinds of interesting shapes and things, which I'm going to have to look at and see, you know, what the sizes are and that sort of thing, because it might be useful, it might not. But it does mean that I've got somewhere nice and new to work. Now, in addition to the mat that I wanted, which is A2 sized, I don't know what that translates to for people that use the imperial measurement system still, but it's A2 based on the paper sizes. I also got this one because my dear husband thought it would be quite amusing to buy me the mat I wanted and to buy me a small one. However, the mat that I wanted, I knew what it was when it arrived, and I told him it needed to be kept flat, so it actually spent the time prior to Christmas on my craft room floor. So he wasn't able to do the joke on that one, but I got the little one anyway. However, he did give me this, a little ruler, which I think is only, no, it's got inches on the other side, even better. Now, I've got a little 6-inch rule like this that I use with my miniatures, but I'd asked for something in particular, and he thought it was quite amusing to give me a little ruler, when what I'd asked for was this. Now, I've got one of these already and I've had it for a good many years, and it's starting to wear, being as it's made of plastic with just a metal edge. But I like it because it's got the lines there, and when I'm doing things and I don't want to be too exact, they're enough for me to be able to gauge measurements and that sort of thing. But it made me think that I hadn't got it and that I just got the little ruler instead. I'm not going to repeat what I said he was, but he did get it me in the end. Many of the things that I use in my model making, I've collected over the years doing other crafts, and my tools are no exception. I've got tools that I bought when I was making jewellery a number of years ago now. But it's become something of a joke in this house that every time I want to use my cutters, they're not here because they've been borrowed by my husband for some kind of project around the house. So I told him I wanted a new pair of cutters, and I got two. A nice big pair and a pair of very fine ones. And I am definitely not letting him use these. They are staying in the craft room. Now, The one thing that you don't say to my husband is, oh, well, I could do with, because he goes a bit overboard. I asked for some blades for my craft knife. I got 2 new craft knife handles and more blades than I know what to do with, in all different shapes and sizes. Apparently it was a deal, it was too good to be true. So I got a lot. Will I use them all? Possibly not. I tend to just use an ordinary scalpel type blade. But if I ever need them, I suppose it's good to know that they're there. Now, I should say that because this year has been exceptional, like many people, we resorted to online shopping. So I gave my husband a list of things that would be useful for me, that I was running out of or that I'm always in need of. And that's why I've got what might seem like quite an odd selection of presents. This isn't all of it, but this is what are appropriate for my miniatures. Now, I asked for some more of my favourite glue. And the swine that he is, he told me it was blue. And I'm like, no, it's not blue. He's like, yes, it's blue. It's got glitter in it. It hasn't, but he does like to wind me up. And I also asked for a little tub of Mod Podge. My existing bottle is one of the small ones, and that is running out. Well, this isn't going to run out anytime soon, is it? Now, the other thing that I've got is something that I've wanted to play with for ages. And now I've got it, I'm not sure how I'm going to use it, because I've got some UV resin. Actually, I've got quite a lot of UV resin. The reason I've got 2 bottles, apparently, is because the nice lid off the small bottle fits on the big bottle, and then yeah, that was his reasoning. I'm not going to question him. I like it. I've also got some colours to go with them, but that will be something for another video, maybe. Or if it doesn't work, it never happened. I never had any UV resin, never had any pigments to go with them. Oh, and I've also got a light. I do actually have a really good UV torch that I was going to use, that I had for something else ages ago, but he thought he was getting me the resin, he'd make sure I got the light to be able to use with it. The final thing in my little haul is foam core board, and I've got a box of it. 10 sheets, I think it is. I think that's what it says on the box. And that is going to be really, really useful because, you know, you can build a lot with this stuff. I'd like to thank you if you've watched this video, and would invite you to subscribe if you're interested in my miniature makes. Not so much of the haul videos, because most of my craft hauls involve recyclable cardboard and they're not exactly YouTube friendly. But if you want to see small things made with everyday items, stick around, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be making more in 2021. Bye.